if he skips the nap now, right, and we can keep him up to like 8, because he'll fall right to sleep.
No, he caught that second wind.
Oh, bro.
He caught that second wind. That's what happened.
Gave him a warm bath, right? Brushed his teeth, right? And you get new different colored headphones. What's up?
Oh, not too much.
Yeah.
We
forgot to do the intro. Hold on. Welcome to Two Dummies and a Microphone with your hosts, John and Lucas.
Hello.
This is Lucas. Hello.
This is John. It's weird recording with you again.
I know,
professionally this time.
Professionally, we have a new style about us. Got to figure out how to do this headphone thing a little bit better, but for the most part, it looks better.
It does. We just got to clean up the lines a little bit, but we'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're still playing with it a little bit.
Yeah, it's fun to play around, try new things, and not stare at our empty garages or weird offices that we have.
Yeah, or living room walls and stuff like that. And this will also hide the intruders when they come in, like kids, spouses. Right.
Theoretically, I mean, depends on how close they get, because it could just be a ghost atmosphere.
Yeah. You'll hear them, but you won't see them unless they get like way up close.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you could probably hear Lincoln screaming in the background right now.
No, actually, no, I can't.
You might in the audio, like when we edit this. So what's been going on with you, man? It's been 2 weeks since we recorded together?
Something like that. I don't know. Nothing really. Just been working. Nothing really fun's been going on. I've been fooling around with the idea since we started the podcast that I found that there's a local comedy scene here in Bremerton, and I've been very highly debating on whether or not to go and do an open mic or not.
Dude, all right. So number one, like open mics for like 5 minutes?
Yep, 5 minutes.
All right. So write your 5-minute set, right? Yeah. Try it out on friends and family.
They're not gonna think my style of comedy.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. It doesn't matter. Just try it out, right? It'll help you get your timing and shit down.
Yeah.
Right. Whether they laugh or not.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as there's jokes and punchlines, I mean, it's the fear of stepping off.
Dude, and that's what I was gonna say. And get on stage, right? And be 100% ready for nobody to laugh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But it's like going up there and doing training and nobody engaging with you whatsoever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're already fucking used to that shit.
Yeah. See, like the public speaking aspect of it isn't bad. Like
except it's a little worse, because when you go into the training, that that true. They don't want what you're trying to sell. Right.
Yeah, that is very true. This
is a little bit different, but I think you should do it and just get used to people just not laughing and keep working material until you do. Like, I don't know.
I should just do it in front of my wife, because she doesn't laugh at any of my jokes.
Yeah. My wife laughs at all my jokes, but I know, like, if I put them on in front of other people, they're just not going to get it, or they're not going to fucking laugh.
That's funny.
Right. Because a lot of my shit has to be, it's as things are happening, I'll comment on it.
Yeah. You're like an in the moment comedian.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a let me prepare.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you should do it, man. I honestly think you should. If anything, you do it a couple times to see if you like it, whether you get better or not.
Yeah.
Right. And then I hear that you meet other comedians that'll like point you in directions or tell you what to work on and that type of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, by the time this comes out, 2 episodes will already have been released. Did the interview with the freediver, Maria Way Zoza from Home Game on Netflix. And then did the interview with the comedian and podcaster from Boogie Monster, Dave Stone. So that's really what I've been doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to listen to the one with Dave Stone, dude.
Yeah, it was kind of rushed because like I was supposed to get off at 1, and then I was supposed to be home and started by 1, but I didn't get off until 1, and so it was kind of rushed and I was kind of flustered. But overall, I think there was a good outcome.
Yeah. Is that why you want to try stand up now? Because you talked to Dave Stone?
No, it's always just kind of been in the back of my mind. And like I've been like even throughout deployment, I was like trying to write jokes and write things out. So I don't know. It's just always something that's like I've been drawn to.
Yeah. I have too, man,
poor.
But well, the comedy route, you're poor for a long time until you fucking break through.
Yeah. You got way too many mouths to feed to be poor.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right. So this week, been working a little bit. When I say a little bit. This new short duty gig is very different. There's no, how do I put this? Like really set work hours unless
there's no structure.
Yeah, no, and we're all senior too, so it's just like get your work done and leave, or if you have no work, just do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
You're accountable to your own self because we're so senior.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but also so different for me because I've never had that before.
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
Like in my life. There's always somewhere I needed to be, someone I needed to be talking to, something I needed to be doing. But for this, today was my longest day, and I got home at like 2:30. I know that next week it's going to be a little bit rougher. I'll have an actual ship to inspect, so I'm kind of excited to see what that dynamic is like. But
yeah,
the
probably
whole
gonna be a lot of sitting around waiting for people to show you things.
Yeah, it's a platform of ship I've never been on either. So
it'd be fun to like roam around and see how different things are set up.
Yeah, dude, different things are set up, different watches they have. I'm excited for that part of it. I know from what I hear around the office, like this platform of ship is notoriously bad at getting shit ready for us or able to show a lot of the checks. So a lot of it's gonna be waiting around and what they say wasting our time. But I'm definitely gonna just roam around, kind of try to explore a little bit. Work on a PQS, which I haven't done in a while.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, that's a little bit of what I got going on there, right?
Yeah.
My kids have been going through a sleep regression as well.
Oh, that's always fun,
dude.
Yeah.
So we tried this thing last night where since Benny refuses to, like, once he's in his room, like already asleep, he'll stay asleep, but he refuses to fall asleep in his room.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what that is.
Yes. So like either me or my wife have to be in there and try to like cuddle with him to try to get him to calm down a little bit and go to bed there. But like the moment you sneak out, the pressure changing as your body leaves will arise the demon child, and then
yeah, the boys are both like that. Like somebody has to be down there, or they're just gonna talk to each other, or they're gonna be breathing too loud, or insert whatever it is that's gonna annoy the other person, and then you just hear them running up the stairs, and you're like,
I know it's very, 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 very frustrating. So last night our plan was dinner earlier, right? Because Benny, he's supposed to nap at 11 and wake up around like 1 or 2, right? But this kid skipped his nap yesterday. He didn't want to go down at 11.
Fair enough.
Right. And for parents, you'll understand what this is like. If you're not a parent, your kid that's around 2 or 3 missing that afternoon nap just ruins the rest of your evening, because they're gonna want a nap, but they miss their nap. So normally we just let him go to sleep. If he falls asleep at 3, we'd wake him up before dinner, or let him sleep till like 4 or whatever, and then he's like an asshole for the rest of the day. So my wife and I decided to just not let him take a nap.
Oh, how'd that go?
Oh, it was horrible. All right, but the reason why is we're like, if he skips the nap now, right, and we can keep him up till like 8,
He'll fall
because
right asleep.
he'll fall right to sleep.
No, he caught that second wind.
Oh, bro.
He caught that second wind. That's what happened.
gave him a warm bath, right? Brushed his teeth, right? Everyone's got PJs on, read a story in their rooms.
Yeah, no.
He was dozing off, like he had the whole eye thing going, dude, and then shut the door. No, round 2, let's go, right?
Yep.
So then the next plan we had, we're like, fuck it, dude. He's up, Lincoln's up. Lincoln, tire your brother out. So now Lincoln's running around with Benny till almost 9:30 trying to tire him out, and Benny's not going down. This is a child that has not taken his nap yet. Yeah. Right? It's almost 9:30. So then the next plan is like, well, fuck it. Both the kids in the bed, we'll put on a really boring TV thing. Yeah. Have the light real dim, no phones, no tablets, nothing. Just, you're going to watch whatever I'm watching, and you're going to hate it. And I stumbled upon a TV show. I forgot the name of it, and I wish I remembered, but it was about cryptids. Right? So cryptids are legendary monsters, I guess is the best way to kind of put it.
I think, like, by definition, they're species of animals that scientists don't have a name for, and so they just all group them into cryptids. So, like, I know Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Abominable Snowman. What's that Hispanic one? I know you're Brazilian. Yeah, the Chupacabra, Mothman, Loch Ness Monster.
All right, so I got the definition. It's an animal whose existence is unsubstantiated. All right, so that pretty much means these are creatures that people say exist, but there is no proof of their existence.
Okay, I mean, I'll buy that. I mean, it's kind of along the same lines.
Yes, same thing, right? So all the monsters that we have named are cryptids, essentially, like things that people believe are out there, like Bigfoot or Sasquatch or
werewolves, vampires,
Chupacabra, werewolves, drop bears in Australia, all that shit, right? Nessie.
Yeah.
The list goes on and 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 on. So the one that was on, I thought it was Bigfoot, to be honest with you. All right. And the way that this show does it, I fucking love. It's probably my favorite style of TV show about cryptids that I've ever seen. So get really shitty actors right, to reenact all the cryptid encounters. All right.
What's the name of this show?
I cannot remember, dude. I have to look at the TV guide when I get back inside. I like move it to yesterday because it was TV. It wasn't like
it was like
shit. It was like
funny.
TV. Like
that is funny.
There were commercials.
TV.
Yeah. Like if you walked away and came back, I don't have TiVo, so you couldn't like rewind and watch it or pause it. This was TV, right? It was on like the Samsung Plus TV thing that came with my TV.
Yeah.
So I got to go back and check, but they'll have the reenactments and it'll be like real grainy, like old school shitty footage, right? The audio will be all shitty and distorted. The acting is bad. The CGI is even fucking worse. Like all the graphics they're using is fucking bad. And then they'll have like the legit interviews with the people that saw the monster. So that'll be with like a nice background and look real professional. And then cut to this like completely unprofessional
fabricated
looking, like I did this shit in my backyard in high school with my Sony CyberShot camera or some shit. I don't know.
That's funny.
But yeah, I started watching this thing and I got fucking hooked, dude, because the monster that I thought was Bigfoot was actually Momo, the Missouri monster. All right.
You thought it was from Louisiana.
Yes. So they said Louisiana multiple times in the show. So I was like, oh, fuck, I got to text John and see if he knows anything about this Momo thing. Right. I did not know that there's a city in Missouri called Louisiana. So it's Louisiana, Missouri. It's twice a state.
It's like having two first names.
Two first names. Yeah, but it's two states. It's better than Kansas City, Oklahoma, which is really confusing. But yeah, so Momo the Missouri monster is a cryptid that lives in Louisiana. It was discovered around 1972. It terrified citizens for weeks, dude, like weeks. The big difference between Sasquatch and Momo is when Momo is around, it smells like rotting flesh. Like you ever leave meat out or come
It's got
across
that real pungent smell to it.
like a dead animal smell to it, right? So it smells like that. It's not very ape-like. It kind of looks like all the pictures they showed on the show. It looked a little bit like a pile of human-shaped grass, almost like the Thing. But
yeah, that's what I was like. Probably the Thing from Sesame Street.
yeah, the Thing from Sesame Street. It's got like glowing red eyes, and its hands and feet only have 3 digits on them. Right. So,
like, is it an upright animal? Is it like a bipedal animal? Or is it all fours?
It is bipedal. So it's got 3
that
toes.
would make it hard to grab stuff, or like.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not, is it? How many toes does an ostrich have? Because an ostrich is bipedal, right?
Well, I'm like standing. I don't think would be an issue if the toes were spread out further enough. But like grabbing stuff, you use your thumb a lot to grab. Like if you just had 3 fingers, you're just pushing it against your palm.
I mean, you could have 3 fingers like that, dude, where you still have the thumb plus the other 2. Like,
I mean,
are you not considering the thumb a finger?
Well, by definition, the thumb is not a finger.
All right, 3 phalanges.
Right? Like by definition, a thumb is not a finger.
3 phalanges. All right. You son of a bitch. That includes a thumb. All right. So yeah, they go on about how this town was like actively hunting the monster, right? They brought a zoologist down that looked at the footprint they found, like calculated the monster's height, its weight, its gait, like how it walks. They only ever found 1 footprint though, right?
So how are they calculating all if there's only one thing to go off of?
I'm not a zoologist, dude. I don't fucking know. But apparently he did it. Like he did it.
All right. He's a doctor in something.
He's a doctor in something. All right. He did it. The whole town is like scared of this thing, right? Like people say, like there was one story where the guy was just like walking along the meadow or whatever, and there's like a strip of trees. And he smelled the smell. He saw what he thought was a person, but something felt off about it. And then it started to like walk towards him. And as he walked away, to the point where he got super fucking scared and ran off, and he believed that was Momo. But all the encounters are like that. Like no one can definitively see Momo, the Missouri monster from Louisiana, Missouri.
Think something is there.
They just think something is there. Yeah. So a lot of people are like, well, we're going to go kill this fucking thing.
Okay.
Right? And when I think of Missouri, I think of like the Ozarks. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that would be where my mind would go first.
That's exactly where my mind goes. So like, if you've seen the TV show Ozarks, like that family that's growing all the heroin poppy seeds stuff.
Yeah.
That's who I think is hunting Momo. All right.
You're probably not wrong.
None of the people in the interview looked or talked like those people. So I'm probably super wrong in stereotyping there, but the editing and reenactments definitely put my mind there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Right. So these people end up chasing Momo, or what they think is Momo, into the woods, right? It's making like weird screaming noises. They don't know because they still haven't seen it. They're just all hunting it. Oh, before this happened, I forgot to say, there's a game warden that says that if anyone shoots Momo or kills it, he will arrest them, because there's nothing in the game book about killing a mythological creature that may or may not exist.
That's like they have a weird law up here in Washington that you can't shoot or kill Bigfoot.
Yeah. I mean, there's no it could be a one of one, and now you've eradicated that species forever.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. I don't know the rules or the whatchamacallit, ethics behind killing a creature that may or may not exist. Because if you think about it, you don't know how to catch it, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how to catch it.
And the description
So
itself leads you to believe that it's dangerous.
yes, right. So you shoot and kill it, and now there's irrefutable evidence that this thing exists. Like you have
Yeah.
a body
Yeah.
that could be dissected and understood, right? But
Mhm.
you might have completely eradicated and destroyed that species for everybody else.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's like a weird balance thing. Like,
Yeah.
do I, don't I? All right, so the game warden was definitely on the side of don't fucking kill it, right?
Mhm.
And the villagers or the townspeople were like, we're gonna fucking kill it. So right, and they played the rule of there's more people on my side than your side. So they went gathered up
Majority
their
rules.
guns. Majority rules, right? True democracy right here. Like
Yeah.
there's more of us, and we're gonna fucking kill this thing. So they ran off into the woods. I think they believed it was also like taking their sheep and killing livestock and stuff like that.
It's just your bloodlust dog just killing animals and then running off with a groundhog.
Or yeah, fucking Gus, dude.
Yeah.
Or could have been like a coyote. I don't know. There's a lot of things like actual predators that could have been doing it.
For sure.
I'm just not up to snuff on the predators that live in Missouri. This was like late last night. So yeah, anyway, they all go into the woods to chase down and kill Momo. All right. And they think they're onto it. They're hunting it. But it's late and they can't find it. They're getting tired, right?
Mhm.
And at some point, and I kind of zoned out, so I'm sorry if my story here seems like I skipped a whole bunch of shit, and that's probably because I did skip a whole bunch of shit. Remember, I'm trying to put my 2-year-old to bed while this is happening. Yeah. So Momo was in the woods. The villagers, I'm going to call them villagers because this sounds like people hunting Dracula right now.
Yeah.
They're in there trying to get him. They're tired. They don't know where he is. Like they smell him. They don't smell him. The posse's falling apart. They're getting tired. All of a sudden, the whole woods lights up with these purple orbs.
Nice.
They're floating around everywhere, and it's freaking them the fuck out. So not only are they hunting a smelly ass fucking Bigfoot,
Yeah.
right? They're now being accosted by spiritual orbs or aliens. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on. So they kind of scatter a little bit.
There's
what?
Well, I mean, there's just so many possibilities. I mean, they're hunting a mythical creature, and then they have,
in the woods at night when they've all been up for a long time with weeks frothing at the mouth to get to this thing. All right, continue.
Yeah. They're just trying to believe anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now you have these crazy lights happening. So some of them do the reasonable thing, which is run away really, really fast.
Like, we're good.
I am done. I'm taking my rifle and going home. Right. Yeah. So one guy runs away and he falls into like a hole or a ravine or something like that. Right.
Okay.
And while he's trying to recompose himself, he hears a noise at the top of the ravine. The unmistakable smell of rotting flesh wafts to his nostrils, and he looks up and sees none other than the mythical creature that they're hunting, Momo. Right.
Of course.
Obviously, since he's there to kill the thing, he was just scared shitless because of weird ass fucking lights.
Yeah.
Fell into a hole that he wasn't expecting to be there. He sees this monster. He does the only thing he can think of, which is pull his rifle up and shoot it in the head. All right. So he shoots Momo.
Okay.
Gets up to find the body. No body.
Mm.
Right. It was nothing there. Bullet went, hit him in the head. Momo vanished. Right. So he, instead of running away and going home like he should have probably, he goes back and finds the rest of the posse and says, hey, I shot the thing in the face and it disappeared. I don't know where it is. Right. And then some of the more reasonable people in the group were like, hey, man, it's late. We're all tired. There was a whole bunch of glowing purple lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't see Momo. Maybe you shot nothing. Maybe you shot a deer. I don't know.
I mean,
right?
You could insert any type of animal into that.
Any animal could have been there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they end up going home tired and defeated with no evidence of their cryptid, right? Come to find out, there was never a Momo the Missouri monster. What had happened? Yes, there was never a Momo the Missouri
monster. You should have let off of that. Like I'm over here like
no, fuck no. I gotta sell you on the monster first, dude.
Man, I thought this was a real thing. Like you send me Wikipedia links and like news clippings and
the story of Momo is real. Okay, I don't want to like I didn't make up any of this shit. Like the story of Momo, the story of Momo is real. But what had happened was somebody saw something, right, like a shadowy figure in the rotting flesh, and said that there was another monster out there, and they said it was Momo. This little girl, I forgot her name, but she was there. Had heard her parents talking about it. So she was out walking her dog or taking out the trash or some shit, and she thought it would be funny to, with her foot, draw a footprint in the dirt by her house, and then go and tell her parents that Momo the Missouri monster was like, she found this footprint, I don't know what it is, and then oh shit, it's Momo, and then they would all have a good laugh about it. What she didn't expect was her parents to actually believe her. So she went and told them about it. They believed her, and then her dad called a guy that came and did the fucking plaster cast of the footprint, right? And then they called a zoologist to come down to do the study on his footprint, and he's like, oh, it's real, it's fucking this big, and moves this way, and it weighs this much, which led credibility to the people that had seen it before. Which does the usual now,
drawing shit in the dirt.
Yeah, usual, like now everyone wants to be a part of this thing. So this one little girl that drew shit in the dirt created a whole fucking frenzy in a town for like 2 to 3 weeks. Right? I fucking loved it, dude. I definitely want to find the name of that show so I can watch some more of that. But
like, how many more of these do you have?
What, Momo? I only saw the one last night.
No, I'm talking about the TV show. Like, it was like,
there's got to be a lot.
Give me the rest of the cryptids.
Yeah, I want all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. It would have been cool if they did find it though. If that dude actually did shoot it in the head, instead of like nothing.
Like you figure by now with all the drones and video recording equipment that people have nowadays that we would be able to set something up. Like hunter cams are all over the place. Like if you know that something is in your area, like why don't you just set up a camera?
Yeah, I saw a video a couple days ago. You know the Bigfoot video?
Yeah.
The one that's all shaky of him watching, which is like always touted as proof that Bigfoot exists. And people that study it say like he walks a certain way and like people can't walk that way. Well, somebody stabilized the video, right? So they took the Bigfoot walking, and stabilizing video, it pretty much means that you take the one image in your video and stabilize the frame around it. So whatever moves, what doesn't move is that your subject, right?
Yeah.
So I could shake the camera, but the subject will still be center on the screen as it's playing. So somebody stabilized it, and bro, Bigfoot walks like me, dude. You know how I swing my arms when I walk?
Yeah.
It's how he walks. He has the same.
Could have been you with a beard.
It could have been me like a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a beard and everything.
You know what's funny that I just thought about too? Is that I was watching the TV show Swamp People like a year or two ago. and they went down to Florida. And you know what they used to hunt because Florida has a big anaconda problem because they brought them in. They want to be exotic pets, and the people they got too big, and so they released them out into the wild.
Yeah, they didn't have a heart to kill it.
Huh?
They didn't have a heart to murder their giant loveless snake.
Oh yeah. But they use the cameras with the heat sensing videos, and that's how they find them out in the wild. Like, why can't we do this for Bigfoot?
You know,
like he's a warm-blooded animal, and if you send a drone up at nighttime and just scope out the area.
Yeah, I think that it's a couple things, right? Because they had a show on Discovery Channel, like Chasing Sasquatch or some shit like that.
Yeah.
First off, those guys run around in the woods just making loud ass weird noises. Like, I'm not a hunter. I've never gone out and hunted, right?
You're
but
more
I
of a
would
gatherer.
think I don't even gather. I'm more of a bring the food to me kind of guy. But it, like, I would think that if you're hunting an animal, right, you don't go out making loud noises all the time.
No.
All the fucking time. Like, they're making what they call the Sasquatch scream, but they don't know this. They don't know if it's a Sasquatch scream.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, just chasing this monster away, right? I figure you'd want to be quiet and set up the trap. So, theory number one, they could be scaring him away every time they go to look for it.
True.
Your drone scenario, he lives in a pretty wide range of areas, right? Like, Bigfoot's stomping grounds is what, like Washington to Yellowstone? Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he that's a lot of drones you need, dude. It's a lot of drones you need. Which costs a lot of money, and I don't think anyone but Discovery Channel would spend that much money on drones to try to find Sasquatch.
Netflix.
Right. So there's that. Or the more plausible explanation is it doesn't fucking exist.
That's what I'm. I mean, like, I would want it to exist, but for how long he's existed and the lack of information that we have on him, I don't think it's real.
Yeah. Same thing with Nessie. Like, they pretty much sonared the entire bottom of Loch Ness and could not find anything.
Yeah.
Like, they had a sonar fleet. Beep, beep, beep. Nothing. Right. So yeah, I don't know. I would like Sasquatch to be real, dude. It'd be fucking cool to find a giant ape-like creature living in the woods in Washington.
Sure.
But
yes, 100%.
Yeah, dude. So you ever play the game Red Dead Redemption?
Very briefly. I remember when it first came out. My wife bought me the Xbox, and Red Dead Redemption was on there, and I played it for a little bit.
All right, so that's one of my favorite games of all time, and I know it seems like I just hardcore shifted to a Western style game, but this will make sense here. It'll make sense here in a minute, right? So, Red Dead Redemption had probably the best expansion pack of any game ever released, right? Which was called Undead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
So in Undead Redemption, you as John Marston, and the game's been out for a whole bunch of times, but for a whole bunch of years. But if you don't know the ending, I don't want to spoil it for you. But John Marston has to hunt down zombies. Okay. Right? The four horsemen showed up, and there's like zombies that show up. And you have missions that you go through to like stop the zombies and collect the four horsemen's horse, essentially trying to stop end of times.
Yeah.
What you also end up hunting cryptids as part of the game. So you have to go and kill the chupacabra.
Nice.
And at some point, you're in the mountains, which is very Pac Northwesty. And some dude comes out to you about the Sasquatch. So you have to go and hunt down the Sasquatch, right?
Yeah.
So you kill like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers, right? And then towards the very end of the mission, you find a Sasquatch sitting up against a tree crying.
Okay.
Right? And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And apparently it speaks English.
Of course.
And And what you did is you went out and murdered its entire family
Oh Lord.
for some random dude that wanted to prove the Sasquatch was real.
Yeah,
And that was it. That was the end of the mission. Like you couldn't
that's
go
funny.
back and undo it.
Like
You couldn't keep talking to him.
that's an epic ending.
Oh, dude, it makes you feel like a piece of shit.
Oh, for
Is what
sure.
it does.
For sure.
It's what it does. But yeah, I remember that vividly, dude. Like that game had such fun little twists like that. And the one with Sasquatch, I was like, every time I think of Sasquatch, I think of the lone crying Sasquatch in the woods because you had the option too to not do it.
Oh, really?
Like you could have just left him alone.
That's
But
funny.
you
That's
being a
super funny.
player and greedy and you want the loot, you always do the mission.
Yeah.
You find out you shouldn't have. Yeah. Fun stuff, dude. Have you
Oh,
learned
yeah.
of any new cryptids?
Have I learned of any new cryptids?
Yeah.
No. No, not really. I mean, just the ones that I named off are the ones I know off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a lot out there. There's like Dogman.
All right. So let's change the question here. What are the cryptids or legends from your area of Louisiana?
I think Swamp Thing. That was like there's a bunch of swamps and stuff. So I mean, there's always that. Big thing like growing up, just the proximity to New Orleans, it was always vampire and witches. So
Okay, and
like
like
the
voodoo
like the
shit.
voodoo type stuff. That was the big thing down there.
Mm. Growing up in Connecticut, we had the melon heads, dude.
The melon heads.
Melon heads, bro.
Mm.
So kind of the all right. So there's an old insane asylum that's now like a school
Yeah.
in Connecticut called Terrywile. And the old legend or story goes is that the insane asylum used to have kids there, and there was a doctor. I forgot the doctor's name, but it was something like Raven something. Really like creepy. Oh, Crow. It was Crow, Dr. Crow, but like Crowe, Crow. All right. So he was doing experiments on these kids right down there, and he made their heads like all fucking big, and they became like super aggressive. And then one day they beat the shit out of them and escaped and started living in the woods in Connecticut. So whenever we play games like Manhunt and shit,
Melon heads are gonna get you.
fuck yeah, dude, to freak out
That's funny.
the hiders. Also, Terrywile is supposed to be super fucking haunted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but there's a lot of haunted shit in Connecticut, so we had the ghost stuff to deal with.
Yeah, I think every state has their own thing that they're known for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's Louisiana, Missouri, not Louisiana, the state.
No, and I was wrong, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to teach John some shit about Louisiana, which technically I did, dude.
You did. You did. You tell me something about a city.
The city of Louisiana, the state of Louisiana.
I had no idea there was a Louisiana, Missouri anyway, so I learned something there.
Did not until you told me.
Yeah. Like there's a comma, like a city and a state. So I don't know.
I was thinking like Louisiana and Missouri, like it crossed all those states with no one seeing it.
Yeah. Like there's states in between Louisiana and Missouri, like good.
Yeah.
But all right, well, I think that's time.
I think that is time, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do next time.
I don't know either. We'll figure something out. Like we had a different plan for today, but I saw this last night and I needed to talk about it because it's
all right. Well, until next time, I bid you adieu.
Yep. Later.
Yep. And we're still here. Social media. Just go to the Instagram, click on the link tree, and everything that you need to know about us is there. So just go to Instagram.
Yeah, it's at Two Dummies
Podcast.
Two Dumb Podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Later, dude.
Later.